Hello, fellow gamers! If you're here, then that means that you've been having a little bit of trouble defeating Geirdriful on GMGOW mode. Just a quick rundown before we get started. Every Valkyrie in this game teaches the player one thing about combat. In this case, Geirdriful rewards aggressive gameplay, and she punishes those who play defensively and wait for their opening. You will all be glad to know that Geirdriful is actually the second easiest Valkyrie to defeat in the entire game, and this is because of one specific exploit that we can use with Kratos: Spartan Rage. Geirdriful is what I like to call a Smush Valkyrie. This means that the primary fighting style we'll be using is basically just smushing her into the corner and beating her with the Chains of Chaos. And then when she gets out of the way, we just grab her, throw her back in the corner, and continue beating her with the Chains of Chaos until she runs out of health. Spartan Rage is completely busted in this fight for one big reason. We can use it as an off button to basically every single one of her aerial moves. Before the fight begins, I'll quickly go over Kratos' loadout. We'll be using the Blades of Chaos only in this fight. The armour is the Niflheim set, with a focus on strength. And the talisman is the Talisman of Eternal Fury, so that we can refill rage if we need it. Here's a hint, we won't need it. The runes are Rampage of the Furies and Tartarus Rage. Well, with the loadout out of the way, there's not much left to do but start the fight. Always approach this boss from the right. This is because if she gets out of our attack, she'll jump behind us and then she can easily jam us against the wall with her wing stab. All Valkyries start their respective fights the same way. They spend about 3 seconds opening up their wings, and while they're doing this, they're vulnerable to any sort of attack. You could do quite a bit of damage before the fight even starts. So to start the fight off, we're just going to spam R1 with the Blades of Chaos, and spam square with Atreus with light arrows. Alright, right there. That's the wing flip. That's our cue to start opening up our runic attacks. So I'm going to start off with Rampage of the Furies, and then I'm going to use a full power Tartarus Rage. This will take off about 25% of her health. Alright, here's Rampage of the Furies. And here's a full power charge Tartarus Rage. Alright, right there you can see that she jumps up in the air. This is normally where she'd perform one of her many game-ending attacks. However, we don't care which one that is, because we're just going to turn it off with Spartan Rage. Alright, Spartan Rage on. And off. And now I'm going to start beating her with the chains. Alright, she's jumped up in the air again. This time she's using her Donut Barrage. But unfortunately for her, we're on a diet, and would much rather prefer this nice cold can of whoop-ass. Oh no, the Blinding Flash, the Run Killer. Or, consider this. How about no? Alright, what you're seeing right now is just R1 spam. Nothing complicated to it. Alright, when you see a dash like this, it means that she's about to use one of her only ground-based attacks. She's going to shoot some black feathers at us, and then she's going to dash at us with a wing stab. This can be avoided simply by sidestepping to the right. Do not sidestep to the left, you will get hit. Alright, as you can see, no fancy moves needed, just walk to the right. Now right here, this is the opening. Now right now I'm going to use a runic attack, but if it's not available to you, just use R1. Alright, what she's doing here is her other ground-based attack, the Scythe Blast. As scary as it looks, we're literally just going to roll out of the way. It's completely possible just to sprint around this attack because of how slow it is. After doing this attack, she is always vulnerable to a Punisher. I am a bit too slow here, but the spirit still stands. She can be attacked after performing this move. Alright, there's another aerial attack. We're just going to turn that off with Spartan Rage. Remember to use all your runics as soon as they appear on your menu, because the faster you use them, the faster they recharge. And now she's jumped up in the air, and she's going to use the fabled Blinding Flash attack, the one that we all used to be so afraid of. How about no? Now go for the all one spam, and as you can see, she's almost out of health. Alright, there you see, she goes for the jab. Just sidestep to the right, and right here is the parry window. So just go back to old trusty all one spam, block her retaliation move. Walk to the right to avoid all of her feathers. Just walk, no big moves. And that's it, guys. I'm sad to say this is the end of the fight. She doesn't have enough health left to survive our next attack after we cancel out her last move with Spartan Rage. So I cancel out the attack for the last time, go into Rampage of the Furies, and then finish her off with a light arrow from Atreus. From this point on, just press all three to win. And that's the fight. So, after brutally ripping off her wings, she comes out of her body in spirit form, and as you'd expect, she thanks us for her humiliating and painful death. Right, now she's just talking about the Valkyrie subplot where she's lost her memory. It's not relevant to this video at all. I'm only really including this part because it takes me a while to bring up the menu to prove that I am in fact playing on Give Me God of War mode. The menu will show up in about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And right here, I'm on Give Me God of War mode. That's just there to prove to you guys that I did in fact play it on this difficulty. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this guide on how to defeat the Valkyrie Geirdriful on Give Me God of War mode. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Doing any of these things will help me to be recognised by the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for watching the video, and stay tuned for our next video on how to defeat the Valkyrie Kara.